Cody's New Friends, written by Clare Mishica. I wanted to hit a home run over the birdhouses and into the woods, so I practiced and practiced. But during our first camp ball game, I only hit a double. I raced to second base. Next, Dan came up to bat. He hit the ball with a smack and I ran to third base, but Dan tripped over a little rock when he ran. Dan would probably trip over an ant. Good try, said Councillor Joe. Allie's turn to bat, Councillor Joe said. Allie struck out. I bet she couldn't even see the ball. Her super thick glasses are always sliding down her nose. You'll hit it next time, Councillor Joe said. He says nice stuff like that to everybody. Thomas was our last hope for a hit. He looked big enough to hit the ball halfway around the world, but he struck out too. Oh no, our team groaned, and we lost the game. After our ball game, we went for a hike. I found 2 pine cones, a rock shaped like a hippopotamus, and a lucky penny. I looked back, and Dan, Allie, and Thomas were walking slower than sleepy snails. What a bunch of slowpokes, I heard someone whisper. They're so weird, another person giggled. Come on, Councillor Joe called to Dan, Thomas, and Allie. You can catch up. After our hike, we made clay pots. Mine looked like a shoe. Wow, how did you do that? A girl asked. I accidentally sat on it, I said. Dan, Thomas, and Allie sat at a table in the corner. Nobody talked to them at all. On the second day of camp, everyone played ball again. First, I struck out. Then, when I was in the outfield, the ball went flying over my head and into the bushes. I found the ball, and some bees found me. Bzzz, the bees swarmed around my head. I got scared and ran, and the bees stung me 3 times. My cheeks felt like 2 pincushions full of sharp needles. Councillor Joe put ice on the bee stings. This should help, he said. Finally, my cheeks stopped hurting, but my face was red and lumpy. The other campers were making pictures using glue and coloured sand. When I walked into the room, they stared at me. The only empty chair was in the corner by Dan, Thomas, and Allie. What a funny face, I heard someone whisper. He's weird, another person giggled. I wanted to shout at the campers. I wanted to say, I don't care if you laugh at me. I don't care if you don't like me. But I really did care. I sat next to Dan, and I wondered if he felt the same way. He knocked over the blue sand, and it landed on the head of the spider I was making. Sorry, mumbled Dan. He tried to clean up the mess. It's okay, I told him. That can be the sky. It looks more like a giant blueberry, Dan said. Hey, that's a great idea, I said. I'll make my spider right in the middle of a blueberry patch. When I finished, Councillor Joe held up my picture for everyone to see because it looked so neat. I gave Dan a high five. Next, we went into the pool. No one swam with me except Dan, Thomas, and Allie. Let's play catch, Thomas said. He had a red ball. After our game, Thomas showed Allie, Dan, and me how to twirl a ball on our fingers. Then we tried twirling the ball in our noses, and I laughed so hard I got the hiccups. After swimming, we practiced a song we were learning to sing for our parents. No one made room for me to stand except Dan, Thomas, and Allie. Allie clapped her hands while we sang, clappity-clap, clappity-clap. I started to clap too. That's a great beat, Councillor Joe told us. We'll call it the Allie beat. That night, we had a hot dog roast. My face was still all red and puffy. No one would sit next to me except Dan, Thomas, and Allie. After we ate, Counselor Joe told us a Bible story about Jesus. Jesus loves us very much, Counselor Joe said. He wants us to love everyone, even people who look or act differently from us. You can show Jesus' love by including others in your games, by speaking kindly, and by being friendly. Loving everyone isn't that hard to do. It just takes a little practice. I thought about those words that night. How could I love everyone? I wondered. The next morning, only one tiny red spot was left on my cheek. When I got to camp, it was time to play ball, and no one stared at me anymore. "Come on, Cody, be on our team," someone called. But I saw Dan, Thomas, and Ali standing all alone. I remembered how sad I felt when the other kids wouldn't play with me. Then I remembered what Jesus said about loving everyone, and how fun it was to play with Dan, Thomas, and Ali. It's not so hard to love others, I thought, and maybe I could do it even better if I practiced and practiced. "Come on," I called to Dan, Thomas, and Ali. "You can be on our team too." Dan, Thomas, and Ali walked over, and at first no one said anything. Then Counselor Joe shouted, "Play ball!" and everyone started laughing and playing together. That day, I hit my first home run. This is my command. Love each other as I have loved you. John 15:12.